My name is Dr. LIBSGBV. Here at the university, I serve as the director of the Kofi Annan Institute. But for this mass, vigorous voluntary movement, I represent the movement in Liberia. It's a joy, it's pleasure, but it's completely honoring to have each and every one of you here today. Your being here is such that over 1,000 people who wanted to be at this very important occasion, COVID has taken its place, that we could not bring all of them. However, we are glad that you are going to be effective ambassadors to promote and to ensure that everything that is going to be said and done here today will violate the rule of what you hear here, what you see here, what you do here, let it remain here. That rule is violated for this particular occasion. On this occasion, everything we see here, everything we do here, everything we hear here has to be broadcast 100-fold. If you have that commitment, let me see your hands. Thank you. Because we have to carry this throughout the length and breadth of our country. This should not just be a Monrovia thing. This is for Liberia. I have the special privilege of asking the President of the University of Liberia, Reverend Dr. Julius Sabo Nelson Jr., who himself is a strong champion of women's rights. Dr. Nelson has stood several tests, but among them that I particularly want to recall for this occasion is the fact that he has an audacious campaign to accelerate female enrollment and female retention in university and tertiary education. Dr. Nelson joins us not because he's present at the university, but because he has a commitment to the issues of gender equality and women emancipation. Dr. Nelson, we are asking you to kindly give us opening statements and welcome us to this program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Sandy. Our keynote speaker, Madam Kebe Mongo, our launcher, Yona Kumba Thompson, representative from the Swedish ambassador, my friend and colleague, VP Norris Lester Tuer, our Vice President for University Relations, another colleague, VP Sekou Kone, Vice President and Dean of Students of the University of Liberia, Professor Debbie Sandy from the Kofi Annan Institute of Conflict Transformation at the university, other platform guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you to this hall of the University of Liberia. It is the historic auditorium of the university where those of us that were privileged to attend the university, we were initiated into the Black Gown Society of the University of Liberia. Every time we enter this hall, you have a whole different experience of what it means to sojourn at this flagship premier university of the Republic that we can also call the Lux in Tenebris, the light in darkness. So I'm happy to be here, Professor Sandy, for many, many other reasons. I'm privileged in this republic to have a partner and spouse who just happened to be the president of United Methodist Women Work in the Republic of Liberia, a strong advocate for women empowerment and transformation. And she also served at the African Methodist University as Dean of the Bryan Theological Seminary, Dr. Muriel Nelson. So I'm overwhelmed, not even here at the university, but at home, to make sure that I will continue my advocacy work for the issues that concern our sisters, our mothers, our grandmothers, to continue the advocacy and ensure that all of us contribute to the empowerment of our sisters, mothers, and those of us who find ourselves in the governance of the university. On yesterday, I was at the closing program of our honors college at the Fender campus, and I was announcing to them that after some negotiation, we are preparing to send 10 recent graduates, 6 of whom are females, and I'm talking about honor scholars and 4 males, for a 1-year graduate program for different studies in a different discipline on gender studies for the University of Liberia to be faculty members at this university, and we will continue to ensure that our honor scholars for interdisciplinary studies will highlight our drive in gender studies at the university. Not only that, let me inform you all that the university on September 30th committed herself to mainstreaming the 17 goals, sustainable development goals at the university, most of which tie into human conditions, equality among our society at all levels, and recognizing that women's rights are also human rights, and we will ensure that will continue at the University of Liberia. So it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome all of you to this great hall of the university on behalf of the administration, our faculty, our staff, and our students, because we find ourselves as a wonderful family at the university, making sure that we continue molding and preparing young people to be future disciplined leaders of the Republic of Liberia. So you are welcome. I look forward to a wonderful program. And those of you who are here for the first time, don't make it your last time. Keep coming. And we look forward to interacting and welcoming with you, especially so in this partnership with Professor Sandy and this organization as we move forward to the future. Having in mind that in our Republic, it is not possible to do those things we ought to do in the midst of chaos and confusion. We have enjoyed 15 years of peace. We have the responsibility as citizens of Liberia to continue all the possibilities for dialogue and common ground to stay in joy many, many more years of peace and reconciliation in the Republic of Liberia. Welcome one, welcome all to the auditorium of the University of Liberia. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And we want to congratulate you for that move and the development of gender studies, but also the practicalization you have initiated to make sure our women walk through the walls of this university in safety. Thank you very much. I will make a few introductory remarks, and I will keep it brief because I want us to finish in time. This organization and the program here today has a long history. or the history of each of you here, either one way or the other, have interacted or interfaced with. In 2015, we embarked on a research, and this research was titled Gender-Based Violence and Access to Justice in Liberia. That research privileged us to visit every community in Liberia. It took 3 years to complete this research. We had 5 research questions. First one being, does gender-based violence happen in your community? And every community in Liberia shamefully said, yes, that's a big problem here. The next question we wanted to know, when it happens, what are the options that people have? You know, the people here tell us we have 2 laws, 2 legal systems in this country, customary, the statutory. What is available to people here when they are abused, they are hurt, something happens to them? Of course, in many places around this country, people do not have a choice. It's a matter of what is available. There are places in this country where no statutory system exists. So by default, they have one and only one option. But we're not just interested in what system they use to address the issue. We were interested in what are the step-by-step methods, procedures that address the issue. We realized that whether it's the statutory or the customary, there are immense challenges in addressing issues of gender and sexual-based violence. I don't want to get out to go into the other things, so I'll just restrict myself to sexual gender-based violence, since that was the focus of our research. If you take the statutory, it starts with either the police or the hospital or some of the local authorities we have. The hard reality is our police are underserved. They don't have the logistics. They don't have the kind of training. In some cases, they don't have the means to be able to do what they know they should do. In other cases, you have police who are predators on victims and exploit the situations. We had a case in Bassa. In Compound 2, there was an issue of rape. Because of the limitation of the police, the entire Bassa detachment of the police at the time had only one functioning vehicle. It took them 9 days to get to Compound 2 to address this issue. By the time they brought the victim down to Buchanan with her mother and the uncle, because the father had to stay and see about the farm, 9 days. When they finally got to Buchanan, they went to the court and turned these people over. The court went through their legal gymnastics with the perpetrator, and they told them to come back the next day so that they can start the process. That woman, her daughter, stayed in pain, and the uncle who had come to support them were thrown under the streets of Buchanan with no place to sleep and no food to eat. The next day, when they finally reported and the case was introduced, And of course, the perpetrator, guilty or not guilty, they remanded the case for 2 weeks. This empowered family who did not have food to eat or place to sleep were supposed to pay their own transport at the time from Buchanan to Compound 2 was $2,700. They had to find their own money to get back to Compound 2 and come back in 2 weeks. Because they could not afford to do that, somebody sits there and says, even when something happened to their children, they don't come to follow it up when the case is ready. It's nothing about them wanting to follow up. It's sometimes the capacity of the victim and their families. I'm giving you this teaser to say to you that is one of the foundations for founding this kind of organization. Because we want to see people in that category accompanied, supported, and ready to seek justice and remedy to their hurt and pain. Go to the customary. The customary people tell us, when there is issue of gender-based violence, send the people to us, we'll deal with them. As for us, we don't care for human rights. Somebody in this 21st century, a member of the Committee of Nations, proudly announcing that they have no care for human rights. These two divides have become inadequate in looking into the issues of sexual gender-based violence in Liberia. Net result, it has made so many people who are affected to go without redress. I just said to you that if you have 4 people in one community who have been hurt and grieving, and they have no means of redress, that community is so affected, they will not support reconciliation, they will not support trust, they will not support development, they will not support any of the initiatives that should move our country forward. So if we want to address these issues, they are not issues in isolation. They are issues that are tied into the overall growth and development of Mama Liberia. Finally, like I said, I will make this short. This is a whole 10-page document, so if you want it, we can talk about it. I won't sell it too expensive. We are here today because also in our public space, we have female and male who are qualified and competent for certain positions. When they walk into the corridors with an application which is very genuine and competent, they are denied a job because they have not yielded to sexual favor. We have classrooms and religious institutions where instead of students looking up to their teachers, their professors, their religious leaders for mentorship, for guidance, for growth, they are victims of exploitation and sexual demands. We have come to announce to the Republic of Liberia that such people who use power ratio to victimize others, we want to say a new day is done. We will support, in fact, we will seek out and support such people so that anyone who is doing this will be held accountable. We will use various methods, predominantly the laws that exist. We will name and shame. We will work with the survivor, and we will ensure that their issue gets redressed. I just want to end this statement by saying the Liberia Gender and Sexual-Based Violence Movement, Awareness Movement, is a movement for all Liberians and people interested in this issue. We have open arms, and we invite everyone to be a member, especially if you have a passion to give all you can to ensure sexual and gender-based violence is not a thing in the Liberian society. In the best place, you are here. Thank you for coming. It's an opportunity to work together to do this. And I want to join the president of the university in saying to us, you're welcome. Welcome and welcome. AMTV, thank you. We are going to try out our technical things. We have some members of this program who are in various parts of the world, and they will be joining us by Zoom. So those of you on the platform, the Zoom, unfortunately, is just sitting there. So I'm sure it will be audible enough for you to hear. But we will ask our technicians. There's a statement from Jackie Sire, who will be giving us reflections on SGBV in Liberia over a long period of history, but very relevant. This, we will go to our technicians to see how we can pull Jackie to make her statement. While they are setting up, we have our great culture troupe there. SLAD Liberia, please give us a little bit of a warm-up while our technicians take a minute to get us going. Just give me 1 minute. You are not coming down now. Just give an interlude. You will come down to perform later.
in case you are just following us, this is Women's TV Liberia. We are coming to you live from the campus of the University of Liberia, where the official launch of the Liberia Genderbasedviolence Awareness Movement is taking place. So we got the presidents of the University of Liberia, they're sitting in black t-shirts. We also have the keynote speaker,
saw that Sunday, exactly. Technology is always complex. Let me put it like that. Are we there? Okay. We are going to move on and we will get back to it. All right. We are going to have the portrait trip you just heard giving their little thing. This time they are going to come down, but some of the students are going to be speaking. They have their little things they want to show us. So, Slat, can you please come down now this time?
program in collaboration with Life Liberia. We are honored to be a part of this unique program today. We also want to say a big thanks to the Liberia Sexual Gender-Based Violence Awareness Movement for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this program today. My quote for today is, I'm a girl And my dress code should not be an excuse for your cruel motive. Thank you.
My name is Lottie Dide. I'm representing the Forever Glamorous Kediso. Rape is cruel. So many of our age mates, even babies, are victims. It's even more terrible that many victims are still being abused on a daily basis. Let's break the silence and take action. Liberia Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Awareness Movement says, stop rape.
My name is Arisi Tobo. I'm from the Forever Glamorous Kediso, and my message will be on rape. Rape is the act of cruelness and sodomy as well. Your evil action comes with pain, trauma, and abuse. Instant death. For even if the victim is still alive, he or she will be living there. Stop.
I'm 4 years old.
My message is to this rapist out there. You rapists, you are the one to be enslaved by grief, tortured by emotion. Ashim has every ugly and scary reflection, but yet those are the poor victims who are mourns every day and carries the lifetime suffering of your deadly reaction. There are so many victims out there in funeral homes, hospital, but they are still carrying on your evil action. But today we stand with all the activists, calling on high authority to take a strong stand in protecting and saving our lives from these hideous monsters called themselves rapists.
By the way of introduction, I'm student Yempi Quali, representing the Apostolic Foundation High School. You rapists, we say yes to education and no to SGBV.
Our technicians are still having a little bit of leakage. So we are going to move this very important part of the introduction of the Board of Directors of the Liberia Sexual Gender-Based Violence Awareness Movement, which we will be asking Mr. Stopper, who is proxy for the Swedish Ambassador Ingrid Watervest, strong woman in the fight for women empowerment. Somebody who has so much passion for this country. And I think she knew the sinister plan I had for her, that's why she didn't come, because we had decided to induct her as a Liberian today. But please tell her we miss her, but we'll still get her. This is somebody who has given so much of her life commitment and work to the growth and development of Liberia. Just before that, I'd like to invite Pastor Josephine F. Kimmy, who did a special album for this program. We will take 3 minutes to do that while Mr. Stopper gets ready for the induction. And our board members, I hope you are watching. You now need to remove the off video. You all need to come on so that you can be inducted, those of you who are being inducted by Zoom. We are giving you these few minutes to get ready.
Thank you to everyone. Because of the time, we will have to get into what we are trying to do. Thank you. Let me just wait.
What's so much crying in the world? Women and children are crying. Women and children are victimized all over the world. What's so much crying in the world? Women and children are victimized. They are suffering, crying everywhere, every day. Women and children are victimized in the world. Women and children
hallelujah. Amen. I used to hallelujah. But I just want to tell you that I got some of the copies there. Just in case you need it, you can get it from me.
Thank you very much, Pastor Kenny. We are going to go to our induction. We are going to go into our induction. And we are very privileged to have Sister Beth, who will be representing Ambassador Ingrid Watervest to do the induction. Sister Beth, you're welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to stand on existing protocol. I would like to first say my ambassador sent a deepest regret that she could not be here. Let me take the mask off because I can't. She sends her deepest regrets that she could not participate in person. Conflicting priorities kept her away, but this is a very important issue to Sweden. And it was important for us to show up and to show our support. I'll just say, I just want to, she asked me to give a few messages to the board members. I hope they can they see me? I don't know. But she asked me to say that, this is a very critical moment in Liberia's democracy. Sexual gender-based violence is not new to the country. As the professor said, it is in every community, at every level of society throughout the country. And Sweden has been a long partner with the Liberian people in fighting SGBV and other forms of social injustice. But it feels like this year is a moment. I think the pandemic has exposed not only health issues, but also social injustices. And SGBV is one of those social injustices that have come to the forefront of public consciousness. So there is a real opportunity here for citizens like you and for the board members to engage around this issue. This is the responsibility of citizens to engage around this issue. Even at the highest levels of government, there have been strong, clear, trackable, monitorable commitments on the part of the government of Liberia, which is the responsibility of every citizen of this country to ensure that those commitments are followed. And that is why your role as board members is critical. So at this point in time, I guess I will ask the board members on Zoom and present if there are any to raise their right hands.
Can the camera see me?
Am I looking? Which camera am I looking? I will say Miss Anna Dora Bormi, Professor D. Debe Sandy, Ms. Tabina Cole, Ms. Frances Wilson Hoff, Mr. Steve Bulle, Ms. Veronica Barr, Ms. Jackie Sayer. I hope I'm saying their names correctly. Do you promise to uphold the values and mission of the LIBSGBV movement?
Yes, we do.
Do you promise to empower the voiceless, protect the vulnerable, and hold duty bearers accountable for their obligations towards rights holders in this country?
Yes, we do.
Then I would like to invite the audience to join me in congratulating the new board. Good luck on the new position. And I look forward to engaging. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was the best induction I've had. Even when they inducted me as director of Ofiana, it was not that fun. So you had to organize something special. Thank you so much, Sister, but that was very, very good. We are moving on, and we are really mindful of time. Unfortunately, let me just say to our team in the other parts of the world, we are having serious technical challenges, so some of your statements, we are not able to get to them. But we know your heart, and I can tell you, if you don't get it, it is vibrating to us in the spirit. All right. We want to introduce a special person who will be delivering the keynote address for this occasion. And we will ask Lucy Katie Bernard, to come and introduce that very, very special and wonderful person.
Mr. President, University of Liberia, all protocol observed. Biography for Madam Kebe Monga. Madam Kebe Monga is a Liberian woman who hails from Zosa, District, Lofa County. She is a successful farmer and a national president of the Liberia Rural Women Structure. She was a successful married woman until the act of God called otherwise. She is the mother of 6 beautiful children, 4 boys and 2 girls. Madam Kebe is a hold-down and a national builder, working all the time to improve the lives of Liberians, especially rural women, girls, mothers, and many others. Madam Monga is commonly known as friend to all. Ladies and gentlemen, as we rise up to receive our guest speaker, Madam Kebe Monga. You are welcome.
Thank you for organizing the unique event and even inviting the rural women to be part of it. Because I'm so grateful to be part of this program today. Because I know the gender-based violence, we suffer more in the rural area. Because some areas are there, there's no car going there, no policemen reaching there, but these people are there suffering. As the honorable talking about people come from the rural area, they came to the city, there's no food, and that's not a constraint that we can face about the gender once the children are being abused in the rural area. So I'm trying to ask that the safe form need to be in all the country because it was there before, from the Ministry of Gender. They need to really advance the safe form that when they take the people from the remote area and bring them, then they keep them at the safe form, they will be protected. Instead of them being staying by themselves, they don't have food. That's when they say, people can compromise. You come from far distances to 10 hours, 12 hours, you don't even have to eat. They gave you 2 weeks to wait for the kids. Ownership to get awareness all over for our children. As a mother, as a father, we need to create awareness to tell the people why this is mean, why rape is mean. Because poor raping babies, are they some man and person that doing that kind of act? We need to put them together to be giving it awareness from community to community. And we should put ourselves together as our own security because we're looking in Liberia now, as my co-was talking here, police don't have car. So area police cannot reach them. The judge system is very far. The people don't have money to go, but we at Western can be our own security in Liberia. I think we'll be able to help one another. They will do that. Things will improve. And we should not say that the poor business because most of the time we look at we say, oh, they tell now my child raping you. I believe like what are your child. That now your child, when you hear any child cries on as a mother, even the father, you should go there to even be concerned on that. And get that child ready to see what happened to you later. Come, let me see you. And even start looking to play the carry child to hospital from the hospital, look for nearby police station to get a person. Because in the rural area, I said the poor suffer in the rural area. So every day you go that there's no car road, people working 15 hours. When they poor be raped, why they want to get a case? When they come to Monrovia, because most of the time on the phone talking about women then, when they can't, there's no one to even go to the police station, even You don't even get money to go to the court. And before you go to any lawyer, Liberia, we need love. One thing we need to lack is love. We are just one family in this country. We have to understand ourselves. Do not ask your sister say you got to bring this one here. We need love. We need to be united. All the things we will be creating, all this awareness, the first thing we lack, we don't have love for one another. We need to know that we are one family in this country. When we create our mental, that thinking in our heart, we'll do better. All the records with that. Because I want to think, I say, oh, that's my sister here, or that's my brother here. Let me show love to him. We need love. You know, sometimes one time I went for one program, I talk about love. People say, no, love not important. Love very important. I will lack in that period. We don't have love for one another. And we love for all the laws, we have love for one another. That should be everything. Who said tea and tongue can make everybody get an example in your mouth. Your tea and your tongue in the same place, but they can fight. So how about human being? And we can just forget, we can change the order there together. So we should know that Liberia will all stay in this country. We should stand for one goal. We need to create more awareness. We need to go from door to door to tell the people what rape means. When you rape that child, what the effect of that child? And what the trauma of that child? In that record, I will look at my someone I was thinking about. Even in the safe room when they keep the people there, they need to be counseling there. They need to even get a training center in the safe room. That one will not lack of. When the person be affected, they be any small training after when they come back, they will be empowered by themselves. But you just keep them there, no counseling, no training ahead. They can even do any trade, they can trade as so. They can learn different, when they come from there, they will be empowered because something is property. I even look at it again, they motorbike children. Sometimes they say report can compromise. They put not a photo, even back up or for themselves. Then the motorbike boyfriend repair a child. They bring back arrest to the woman. They go to the court every day, they go to the pen and say, no, this woman here, she said, I get when I go back. They boss man, did they case here? Hold they rest and sit down. But we need to make them to know that they will be spoiled at an official. They should not look at back arrest. They should always be strong for that, as my story I was talking. You must always be as mother to learn in the interior, plan something for yourself, plan potato and cassava. Learn how to feed your children. Learn how to do something with your hand. That's why God gave everybody far him. That hand can do anything. You can work with it. So like we need to show love. We need to create more awareness. We should take this particular program that everyone of basics. It should not be only the people that are organizing it today. From here, we go to our very community. We start from door to door. I don't know how many of us can do that. And for me, in my community, every community I go, when I hear something about somebody, I will go there and say, what you put doing as with me here? You ever go there? I just moved, because I live in Grand Bassa, I just moved to Bannerville. They did it at the boss. I don't know this woman, but when I hear the news, I went to the woman's house to find out what happened. They are paying there 3 times, every time pastor I can go. They boss the woman who are the men in jail. Why is coming out the men in jail? This woman are already be blind. So who helping her? Nobody helping her. Are we thinking about those things as women or even like parents to show love to one another? How many are doing that? Because every time I go visit this woman, I can ask her, who coming here? Poor rural women like me, I even get pressed there to request this woman here. But every time they get what they say, oh man, they even get a report from the hospital here. Because they're not giving a report, we don't have love for one another. We don't love ourselves. Liberia, we need to change our attitude, our mindset. Because not me. And no man because you are in big car, you're in big position. Where you came from Thailand. You came from there before you go up. So everybody must be important. Whether that person gets possible, whether that child standing on the street, though, it should be your business. Sometimes I even stop on the road. That one time I go against someone labor. The uncle staying in the car in the day. I said, where you going? I go at Douala. I said, Douala, who carry you? I get that from my own test. I made sure. I put the boy in Keke. I paid you Keke, but please carry the chap. I don't know the boy. I play ball or flat ball. How many are doing it? Liberia, SGB is very important. But we all need to embrace it to take care of our own thing. And when I give the awareness by your very community, you can change somebody. You can do something in our community that somebody who raping. That's not your enemy do. You have to go close that your brother, your son. Go to them and pray. When they tell them it's fed or it. You know someone else, they don't know that it's fed. Some of them maybe they drink, they got the slow cigarette, but there's a good time you need to meet this people in your very community. So I love this program that you're playing together today, but we all need to work as Liberians. That the only way, and we need to love one another. One thing we lack of, our in Liberia, they feel that market can talk, we not love one another. Because when you see market person inside the road, you feel that market person, your class, don't put class basis. Look at the country, put your people first. When we do that, everything I want to do will be, even the peace. When we all be united, and I can tell you some market, but you say no, and not market, I want to see market. So we need to work hard, we need to create more awareness. Immediately in the red area, these are people that they're suffering. We get talking about how many people are going to the remote area to go far place. When they talk about awareness, they only start the capital city by people. So when they don't have radio, how they want to change. So are we, Professor, are you going to shoot away to go in the red area? Or you're only stopping? So when you go, everybody must be put down to the coast spoon. Like every example, the coast spoon, they pack, they broom, they bucket, they pack, they pour pack, everything very important. Whenever you want, you leave everything behind. You know, when I just go to the community and find out what some of the awareness people can do. Like you cannot go to the many people. So for the national realm, we're standing back to create awareness from door to door. Where people are our children are dying. We don't have money to get them to the hospital. So we will support you in every way. We see our things that we run around water, we talk to our people. We will on a fast fashion, we tell them the important. What is great is bad, we should protect one another children. Because we need to look at our children, not only ourselves, but everybody. Your friend, child, and your own. That's the kind of awareness we want to create. So you're thanking for the message, but you have to get the information. When I just put the superintendent, brother, sister, wife, they sit down in a meeting. The meeting cannot go in the remote area. They put that effective. Now you got to grab us. District 2 is near Kansas City. But how about the area? Where District 3, 2, 4? Those districts have verified with that for me. I went all over. So we need to work together as Liberians. I love the program. We embrace the idea. You're thanking for it, but we need to work hard. We need to show love to one another.
The voice of the keynote speaker there, Madam Chairman Mumba, there in a little short statement there.
You know,
if you're just joining us, this is Women's TV Liberia.
I'm glad we didn't get an Ellen Johnson Sirleaf or a Margaret Thatcher or whoever who got Mama Kebe come and speak for part to us. Someone who is touched by the issue. When they are talking about it, you know where they are coming from. Mama, we want to say thank you. Thank you first for agreeing to come, and thank you for the words you have shared with us. Very powerful words. Very, very powerful. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Now that we have our keynote, we are going to have the formal launch of the Liberia SGBV Awareness Movement. And we are going to have Madam Yuna Kumba Thompson, a seasoned administrator, former minister, deputy minister of foreign affairs, women's rights activist, social entrepreneur, educated both here and abroad. Madam Thompson has taken upon herself, kindly accepted, and may I add at very short notice, let me confess that, to come to join us, and she serves as our launcher for this program. Madam Thompson, you're welcome.
Thank you. Brother President of the University, Dr. Nelson, platform guest, and of course our dynamic lady for the day. As I sat and listened to everyone, and particularly the welcoming statement of Dr. Nelson, reminding us of where we are today in this hall, and people that walked through this hall. It took me back to when I did the walk in here as a freshman student. And this hall reminds me of so many things. But one that stands out is the Hall of Justice. In this hall, we stood for justice, we stood for equality, we stood for good governance. For me particularly, before coming here at the university, I struggled in lacking career advisors. I struggled on what to do upon graduation from high school. What did I want to do? And all that came to my mind was that I want to defend. I think everybody got it right. I want to be a lawyer. And then they told me, well, you can't be a lawyer until you get a discipline, you first finish college, and then go on to, and I kept asking, what is it should I do? I don't want to do business, no. I don't want to do science, no. What is it particularly that catches my passion, that will lead me to my passion? And somebody said, maybe you could try political science. And sure enough, they explained to me what that was. And I said, that's it, I'm going to do political science. And it's from here that I did get a degree in political science. And culminated into my passion, political science, governance, equality, accountability, justice. Over the years, it developed, went on to grad school, master's education, administration, and the whole rest of it. And of course, then we found ourselves out of the country, the war, and returning into 2003 after finally signing a peace accord in Accra, where I think at that time, it reactivated my activism in Accra for peace. And what does peace mean? For the first time, after many years of war, I realized that peace was not just the silence of the guns, but it also had to do with human security. But more particularly so, it brought me to a core realization that women and children were the most victimized during the time of the war. And we came back to Liberia in 2003. 2004, we saw the energy of the society of men and women pushing for peace, wanting peace. But in the midst of it all, it stood out that peace, yes, but women involvement, women bodily integrity, women needed to be protected, women needed to have a space, and there was so much violence that has been meted against women and girls that we need to integrate it within our governance structure. We need to not only create awareness, but bring in progress and policies to address the silent killer of women. The silent killer of women, sexual gender-based violence. And you all here today, I'm very happy and to hear our president also say to us, the university, that gender is now going to be integrated, mainstreamed within the University of Liberia. That is commendable. Because when we talk about addressing issues of gender and gender-based violence, it comes with knowledge and it comes with commitment. Commitment to deliver, to teach, to change minds. Our speaker said mindset. To change the mindset. And to have gender integrated into our institutions. It's a plus, and I congratulate you. And I congratulate all of us. Sexual gender-based violence, sexual and gender-based violence. Oftentimes, what is staring us in the face and has been declared a national emergency, I would say pandemic. What stares us in the face is rape. That's the one that's staring us. Domestic violence that leads to bodily harm and death. But rape takes us, when we talk about rape, you see it is so violent, it's so traumatic, it causes so much trauma. More than death itself, if you survive it. And it's touching our children. And so we talk about it, we see it. Now we see the political will, again, by the declaration of rape and SGBV as a national pandemic, deserving an emergency attention of nations and collective efforts of all of us. That is the highest political statement that our government has made, our president has made, President George Weah, on that account. Now I'll say collective, and the more the merrier. Ending rape and SGBV is not an event. It's definitely a process that begins and rises up to the highest level. Is it going to end overnight? No. But it requires our collective work. It requires a commitment from those of us who say we want to contribute in this way to addressing social ills. And of course, our government. That is the three branches of government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary, to have a commitment to ensure actions, tangible actions, to have a redress, to serve as a deterrent, and hopefully women and children can live peaceably in our nation without being afraid, without being humiliated, without being sexually violated. Now, rape and sexual violations, we see it is wrong. But what is silence? I take you to the next level that I've seen with this organization. SGBV, sexual and gender-based violence. Any violence perpetuated against a person because of their gender, of their sex. And it so happens that, again, women take the face, the women and girls take the face of GBV. We don't think about sexual harassment. We don't think about sexual exploitation. We don't think about the abuses that happen in the private spaces, in our homes, in our churches, in our offices. So it's very important as we sit here today, as participants, men and women, sisters and brothers, parents, educators, under this program. It shows a will to work together to end, to fight sexual gender-based violence. That is not only restricted to rape, and it calls for commitment. It calls for action. It calls for passion. I am so passionate. I've been passionate about women's rights, about justice, that I think being a defender of women's rights, being a promoter of peace, being a promoter of justice, being a promoter of accountability. All of us need to be committed and know that this pandemic, this fight against the bodies of women and children must come to an end. That our country, Liberia, will never go any further, will not develop in any way. It will only be superficial. It will do not address violence against women, sexual gender-based violence. On that note, I'd like to say, we raise our voices, we fight, we speak, and we demand accountability. And we work towards ending SGBV. Collectively, holding tutor barriers accountable. But not only tutor barriers, ourselves accountable. What we say, how we see a woman, how we see a girl, the words that we use, the things that you believe are nothing to you as a man, or you don't even understand it. When she says stop, when she says your words are breaking me, when she says that when you tell her she cannot get a job until she succumbs to your wishes, when she's telling lies because she cannot give it, when you silence her by saying don't raise your voice because you're accusing someone, when nothing goes as such, you don't have the money to go to court, then you say the parents are compromising when the parents are afraid, and the girl and the woman is afraid anyway. She doesn't have any money. The court process is very long. Then at the end of the day, we say, well, let her prove it. Or we say she lied. Or we say the family just want money. Or we say they compromised. Yes, all of these things they compromised, but why? So as we stay here today and under the invitation of this organization, I think it's laudable, it's applaudable, it is commendable that we see a Liberian woman. You just heard the board. 75% of the board members are out of the country. It means that Liberians all over the world are looking and taking this thing seriously, as women as well as men. And their establishment today signifies their own determination, their own commitment to contribute to the development of Liberia. Socially, economically. Because guess what? When the bodies are wounded, or 50%, over 50% of the population of women, when they are wounded, their bodies are wounded, their minds are traumatized, and they are hurting, you're not going to get the best of it. Because mothers, women manage the home. The girls rise up and say, I'm hurting. And that hurt transcends to the generation upon generation. Because why? She is the carrier. She is the nurturer. And when she nurtures hurt, without even knowing it, when she nurtures hate, then we see the effect of it on our society, also both economically. So we sit here today to applaud and say, the more of us that come together to contribute, we stand together and we hold ourselves accountable. And we say, this is our way of moving Liberia forward. Because when there exists violence against women, sexual gender-based violence, the nation is not at peace. The homes will be broken. Our children will be wayward. And you have more deaths. More women will say, don't stand in the back, but definitely shame and trauma and hate and hurt will make us stand in the back. I'm honored to have been invited, shortly or longly, but you see, you always got to be ready. As an army person, I'm in the army for women. So as long as I have the strength and I'm able to walk, when I'm called upon, I jump and run. We've done that for almost 15, 20 years. We run because we are in the army of women. We are in the army of doing good for our country and addressing the issues of women in this country. I'm honored to have been asked to launch this organization. I'm honored to have been given a platform to share my little voice with you, that hopefully you go out there and become not only champions, but to work along with the LIBSGBV Awareness Organization. I hereby, today, October 23rd, officially launch organization created with a strong board, with a strong team to be launched in the Republic of Liberia. Congratulations. He says, thank you. So it's my books. I'll officially give it to you, then you give it back to me when I say it. So I herewith now present to you the document, the program for which we are here, launching the Liberia SGBV Awareness Movement in the Republic of Liberia, beginning this day in Monserrado County.
Before I thank our launcher, let me tell you one of my best childhood experiences. When I was in the 4th grade, I won't tell you 1961, so nobody will guess my age. But I was in the 4th grade, 1960 something. They had just organized what was the 4-H Club. I don't know if some of you ever heard about this, know about this, but the 4-H Club was a big movement that the government incorporated among schools, and especially rural Liberian schools. 4-H Club was a big thing. But you know what is 4-H? We were taught, and I still remember this, I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to render service, and my health for the growth and development of my community, my society, and my country. 4-H. Madam Thompson, I take that reflection to say to you, it's not just hands that are under this document and this movement. It is our head, it is our heart, it is our health, and everything we have that we put into this, and this will move. We should. We want to say thank you. Your words, your sentiments, and the challenge goes deep. And we will, with people like you, stand We are moving on. We should be having a message that we didn't get. I think our technicians tell me they are ready now. Is that correct? So we will roll.
They are our sisters, our mothers. They are our cousins and loved ones. They are our friends and our colleagues. They are our sisters. It is estimated that women between the ages of 15 and 45 more were killed by male violence than by war, traffic accidents, cancer, and malaria combined. Amnesty International estimates that in Liberia during the war, more than 70% of the population was sexually assaulted. In the UN Chronicle, in an article written by Ruthie Ackerman, it states that if you were to Google Liberian rape, within 0.38 seconds, you will receive 47,000 results. 47,000. So what is the government doing? The Liberian government has ratified over 228 conventions, treaties, and protocols. Most of them have to deal with women and children. They've ratified the Convention to eliminate all forms of discrimination against women. They've ratified the Maputo Protocol. They have ratified a supplementary act between men and women in ECOWAS region. And they're duty-bound to translate the directives within those covenants into legislation and into practice. In 2001, the government of Liberia created the Ministry of Gender, Children, and Social Protection. In September of this year, the President and the Ministry of Gender presented to the Liberian people a roadmap to curb sexual and gender-based violence in the world, in the country. However, there is still so much to be done. The Liberian Constitution, in Article 1, guarantees fundamental freedoms and rights irrespective of gender. However, there is no explicit definition of gender discrimination either in the Constitution or Liberian legislation. Liberia has not ratified the optional protocol on violence against women. They have not ratified the International Labour Organization protocols on the protection of wages, equality of treatment, workers with family responsibilities, and medical care and sickness benefits convention. The task to secure a safe and violence-free environment for women is one that demands all of us. All of us. Every single Liberian needs to be involved in this fight. I'll leave you with the words of Nelson Mandela. For every woman and girl violently attacked, we reduce our humanity. For every woman forced into unprotected sex because men demand this, we destroy dignity and pride. Every woman who has to sell her life for sex, we condemn to a lifetime of prison. For every moment we remain silent, we conspire against our women. Please do not be silent. Join us in this fight. Thank you.
Even if we don't get the other statements, I'm so glad that this came through. Okay, the other statement is ready. Sure.
Good morning to everyone. I would like to start off by saying thanks to God for keeping us alive in this time of COVID-19. I just want to thank God for keeping all of us alive wherever we are today. I'd like to also use this opportunity to say thanks to our guests. Thanks Thanks to everyone that contributed today to this program to make it a success. I want to say thanks to the Liberian people. Thanks to the government of Liberia for working with us to launch this program. I want to say thanks to our partners, our friends, our loved ones, our relatives. I want to say thank you. Thanks for the support you've provided so far. I also want to use this opportunity to say thanks to the media. Thanks for affording us the opportunity to go on your different platforms to communicate this message, to talk about this launching program, to talk about the agendas we have, to talk about the goals we have. Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting these efforts. I want to say thanks to our donors, thanks to our contributors, thanks to our partners. Thank you for all you do. I want to say thanks to the board of directors. Thank you so much for all of your tireless efforts and work. I want to say thanks to Mr. Vinako. Thank you so much for this vision. Thanks for all you do for Liberia and Liberians. I want to say thanks to Dr. Sandy. Thank you so much. Thanks to the team on ground in Liberia. Thanks for all of your tireless efforts and all of your works. We say thank you. Finally, I want to appreciate everyone. I want to say thank you. Thank you and thank you. God bless us all and God bless Liberia.
Thank you very much. That was Steve Boley, a Liberian studying to be able to qualify in the issues of psychiatric science. As you know, if there are psychiatrists in Liberia, we're still looking to see where they are, because that support is so crucially needed in this country. Not only for sexual gender-based violence, we're seeing the effect of drugs, and that's a whole part of our national life that is being completely wiped out right before our eyes. If people steal money, we can get money and put it back. But those who are stealing the minds of our young people by the use of drugs, there's no way we can put that back. We have a generation that is being destroyed and wiped out from logic by the use of drugs. And somebody thinks they are making profit and enriching themselves. Unfortunately, those who are victims don't even know how much they are being hurt. We have serious issues that we need to address. We have the Press Union of Liberia represented here. The Press Union of Liberia represented here. Where are you? Well, please come forward. In the work we are doing, I think you just heard Dr. Steve Boley commending the press. Not only the press of Liberia, but we have had international media that have given us free of charge international coverage. We also, I think some of our statements you also heard. PMTV is here, Spoon TV. Not only did they give us free space in many of our coverages, they even made a donation that made it possible for us to reach out to some of the safe homes and support them, because they face some of the greatest blunt of these challenges. So we have a work and a duty to appreciate the press. And I want to call on one of our very good partners in this process, Madam Maria Coburn, the Country Director of the Civil Peace Service Liberia, who will present. We want you to kindly present this certificate to the Press Union of Liberia.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to hand over this award to you. Thank you very much for the work you do for all of you.
All right, I'm sure you, at least, press people like to talk. So at least I know you want to say something. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you so much. The President, Past President, and the General Secretary would have loved being here. But due to several other national duties, I have been sent to represent our beloved union. We want to say thanks to the organizer, this movement, this certificate given to us. It is a call to duty, and that we should do more and for whence we come to where we are. And we've seen violence, sexual gender-based violence against our brothers in line with sodomy, and our daughters and our girls being raped. We are at a critical juncture as we arrive at the special senatorial election as well. We see some level of violence, and our mothers have endeavored for so long in seeking peace for our nation. There's no need to continue on the past. It is better we turn a new page to move on and let go of the past for the betterment of this nation. So to the organizer, we are very gratified and elated to receive this certificate of appreciation for you. And I want to say thanks to our media colleagues who make it their duties every morning, evening, and night to informing the Liberian public about happenings within the country. Continue your good work. Let us continue in this path to ensure that Liberia gets the best. We put every sector, be free, be fair, be balanced, concise, and concrete in your reportage. Because as we receive this certificate today, it is because of the work that you've done and still doing. Continue. I want to say thanks to the organizer and thanks to all of you for leaving your busy schedule to come and grace this worthy cause. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jala. Thank you so much.
Of the Assistant Secretary General of the
Okay, we have a small competition, but our slogan in this organization is, we are winning. The fight for SGBV, we are winning. Today, we saw a little bit of what seems like a strange phenomenon, in that usually when holidays come, based on the day the holidays fall on, they will do the celebration a day after or so. But today we see something different. They are celebrating the day before the day reaches. October 24 every year is United Nations Day, and that should be tomorrow. So this was all planned. In consideration of that, some of us joined the UN because of the great work the UN has played in bringing peace to Liberia. We're very grateful. When we started to kill ourselves and destroy ourselves, it took consolidated efforts of the United Nations at the time, under the great leadership of our own son, an icon of Africa's peace, Dr. Kofi Annan. The UN to come to rescue us from ourselves. So tomorrow, we are planning to join the UN to celebrate this, the 75th anniversary of the founding of the UN. But that changed suddenly. The celebration was moved to today. So some of the key people who should have been here are forced to be in there, including the ambassador. And that's why Mrs. Tata is ably representing her here. So we will not have a lot of the people who should have been making remarks, but that helps us because in the next 10 minutes, those who are here for remarks will be able to make it, and we will be able to close this program on time. I will just go through the list just in case, because people could be sitting in the audience. And a representative from the civil society organization here. Yes, please come up. And that will be followed by a representative from any of the international organizations that are here.
All protocol observed, I'd like to say a very big thank you to our platform guests. My name is Jeanette Briggs. I am from the Kofi Annan Ambassador Peace Network. We are a product from the Kofi Annan Institute of Conflict Transformation Young Diplomat Program. We graduated a few months ago, and because we saw the need to join the fight of SGBV, we decided to establish this movement. And this movement came about to address three major pillars. One is equal access to justice, engaging peace initiative, and to support SGBV movement. We have come together to join the Liberia Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Movement, and we can assure you that we will support this movement because we have on our platform where we'll be going to community, we'll be engaging with school, university, and other well-meaning partners. So we'd like to say a big thank you to Director and the trust that you have this movement by your side, and we're supporting all your endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. International organization, representative, thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear girls and boys, I have the honor to be here today and celebrate with you the launching of the movement against sexual gender-based violence. As the coordinator of the Civil Peace Service, of course, it is a concern of mine and ours to work for peace and against violence in any form. When I observed your t-shirts you were giving us, I see three persons there. And it came into my mind that sexual and gender-based violence concerns three sorts of people. One is the victim and hopefully the survivor. The other one is the perpetrator. And the third one is the observer. And I believe we are all experiencing this in one or the other way. So it is our concern, equal which nation, which age, which gender. So thank you very much for the initiative.
Do we have any representative from the government of Liberia? Government of Liberia? Coming, okay.
All protocol observed. On behalf of the government of Liberia, I want to take this time to extend my thanks and appreciation to the platform guests who spoke to us on gender-based violence, which is everyone's concern. Is key in Liberia that gender-based violence is the concern of everyone. As my father said, it's everyone's business. That is very important. And she spoke on another key thing that I captured, rehabilitation for our victims. That is very key. And then the one lady that just left for here talked about our perpetrator. What are some mechanisms that we are putting in place for our perpetrator? It's a great concern as Liberians. It is so important that sexual gender-based violence is key and is everyone's concern. So we all should work together as one. I thank you.
Thank you very much. We want this to be in real partnership with the government. Two ministries we particularly featured, the Ministry of Gender, the Ministry of Education. Anybody here? Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Education. Okay, we move on. Liberia National Legislature. The representative. We move on. Office of the First Lady. Okay. We move on. The Office of the Vice President, the Republic of Liberia. Someone coming? Okay, we move on. All right. Actually, the other clip you heard was the closing remark by Steve. We have already got that. So we are going to Frances Wilson, one of our board members, also has sent her vote of thanks. Beautiful, beautiful vote of thanks. Unfortunately, technology let us down and we cannot have it. But in short and in 1 minute, Frances Hoff would like us to know how grateful this movement and this organization is for each and every one of you watching around the world, wherever you are through technology, but also for those of you who took special time to be here to watch and participate in this program. She extended especially extreme thanks to Madam Keda Munger, our keynote speaker for the day. Mama, we want to say thank you plenty. She also extended her thanks, of course, to our luncher, who gave us great thoughts for food. Okay. Ready? All right. And we want to thank Ambassador Watervest for the importance she gave this. That even at last minute, when she was pulled out, she kindly asked you, and I'm sure in short notice, I know she knows the marketing, she knows the ability, we got no doubt about that. But the fact that the ambassador has so much importance to this, when she had confirmed to stay beside her, that you would come, so she would. We want to say, Madam Tapo, really appreciate you. Thank you. But we want you to also extend our appreciation to the ambassador because of the value she gave to this. And we want to thank her so much. We, not in any climax way, but Mr. President, Dr. Nelson, the There are so many things people like to thank you for here, there. I don't get carried away by all the flowers people put on you, Dr. Nelson. But the fact that you reach the people when there is need. Because this program, the importance you have given it, the value you have given it, where you have lifted it, to the point of including and incorporating and inaugurating a gender studies program at this university. At Nelson, you are a gender champion. And we want to say thank you. We will not rest it here. We will make your door hot. Because when there are places we can't reach because we are short, we can't say, Dr. Nelson, please help us reach to so and so place. And we know you will do it. Because this is an important matter on your agenda. So we want to say thank you. To our participants, you are our heroes. Because you are leaving from here as our ambassadors. We will take a statement from our executive director, Ms. Sabina Cole. Okay, I didn't count properly. Let me start. 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Sure. Just one. An ambassador, and a guest speaker, and a key lecturer, and a president of served during the crisis in Liberia between 1989
So, viewers, just in case you are just joining us, this is Women's TV Liberia. We are at the University of Liberia main campus, Capitol Hill, where the official launch of the Liberia Sexual Gender-Based Violence Awareness Movement has been launched. And we are at the end of this program. So, in a moment, we are trying to get a voice of the coordinator who is not coming through.
We didn't get that. Again, the beauty of technology. But we want to just make 2 quick announcements before we close. And I think you can see that we are trying hard to keep within time. Number 1 is there is refreshment prepared according to all the protocols for COVID, so that people are not going to be crowded. It's all packaged. You just pick and you're leaving. 2, we'd like to kindly take a group photo, and we know everybody is wearing masks. Don't smile, because nobody will see you behind the mask. At least I can smile because I can show a little bit.
Finally.
So we like to take a group photo, and we let our protocol people organize how we do that outside.
Today.
I think we do the photo,
here at
then we
the
come in for
University of Liberia Auditorium, like I said earlier, where the official launch of the Liberia Sexual Gender-Based Violence Awareness Movement has been taking place. So we'd love to say a big thank you to all our viewers. Thanks for following Awareness TV Liberia. Keep following, like and share our page. My name is Orita Bono. I have been here and keep following us. Thanks so much. We appreciate
all the best. Finally, I want to say to our fighter troop,